Hello, I am Lenny, and I am really offended. I mean, you may laugh when you hear my story, or you may be confused. I don't know. Thing is, my mom was hiding the truth from me for quite a long time, and it is very offending to realize why she did it. My story starts as millions of other teenage stories around the world. Happy family, everything goes fine until one day, son, we have to tell you one thing. We're divorcing. Blah, blah, blah. As everyone, I remained perplexed and a bit offended. But, well, okay, life goes on. I am not a child, and even if it is an unpleasant moment of my life, live and let live. Both of my parents are absolutely adequate people, and I think they know better what they are doing. I was interested and tried to ask them what the reason was, because everyone seemed to have been going quite well, but they remained vague. Well, love sometimes finishes. I remained to live with my mom, but we had very close relationship with my dad, and I spent half of my time home and half at his place. Normally, those were the weekends. And at some point, I noticed something strange when I came back home after a long weekend at my dad's. There were definitely traces of another person who was staying with my mom while I was not there. I came home and found 2 empty wine glasses in the kitchen sink, someone's t-shirt I had never seen before, and even once a new toothbrush in the bathroom. Mom removed it quickly, thinking that I didn't notice, but I did. I felt pretty uneasy. You know, it's a stereotype. Normally when 2 people divorce, they keep a period of thinking it over and being melancholic, or at least I thought that way. But my mom definitely didn't want to waste her time in sadness. I didn't want to ask her too many things directly, to be honest. Her private life is her private life, and it may be a bit embarrassing to come to your mother and ask her weird questions on her love affairs. But I was curious and couldn't help it. I had an idea to come to my dad and ask him if he knew something. Strangely enough, my dad remained vague. He was normally a very straightforward person, and it was strange to see him avoid answering. Of course, it heated up my curiosity even more, but I didn't push him as well. He didn't make a drama of his divorce, but he was visibly uncomfortable to discuss it. However, I was getting irritated. I am 15, nearly 16, close to being a grown-up man, and it's hard to traumatize me with anything. Why don't they just keep the things clear for everyone? It just didn't occur to me that they could have been keeping the truth to themselves, not to protect me, but to protect themselves. I found out the truth casually. Once I was staying at my dad's, and everything went alright until he woke up on Saturday with high fever. Turned out he had caught flu. He insisted that I returned back home. I insisted to stay and take care of him, but I had a couple of important tests the next week, and he didn't want me to get infected. So I had to return home a day before when my mom least expected me. I was annoyed. I didn't want to leave my dad, and so I didn't even call her to warn I was coming home. I simply forgot. And Dad didn't do it as well, as he was suffering febrile. Thus, at home, I got a surprise. I entered our living room and see my mom together with some woman in the sofa watching TV. I am just greeting them casually and going to the kitchen to get myself a glass of water, all in my thoughts. Then I'm like, wait, what the? I didn't know the woman. They were holding hands, and she was dressed in some kind of pajamas. That means she was sleeping there. Mom joined me in the kitchen to ask how come I was home so early. She had that light-hearted voice. You know, when you hear it, you know at once that something's up. And her face was somehow embarrassed, even if she tried to hide it. Mom? Who is that? Oh, this is Lana. She's just a friend who came to visit me and watch a bit of TV. She answered with that unnatural voice. And that's when I erupted. Because understatements are okay, but I hate it when people tell lies to me. In pajamas? Come on, Mom. Tell me finally what's going on here. That's when my mom sighed and sat on a chair. Okay, we need to talk. Oh, come on. Cut that we need to talk stuff. Who is she? Your girlfriend? Why can't you tell it directly? Are you ashamed? You should have seen my mom's face. A weird mixture of embarrassment and relief. Well, she said, yes, she is my girlfriend. I just didn't know how you would take it. It was a bit offending, to be honest. Who did she think me to be, a caveman? Turned out, that was the reason my parents broke up. My mom fell in love with Lana and couldn't help it, so she felt it fair to ask a divorce. She begged my dad not to tell me anything because she thought that maybe I would be disgusted or hate her. Okay, I said, what would be a difference if you had a boyfriend? live your life, just present me to Lana. She's spending lots of time in our house, and I don't know anything about her. Lana turned out a very nice woman, and all in all, we are living an absolutely normal situation. I'm a bit sorry for my dad, but these are things that happen in adult life. And just a piece of advice, if you think something you do is embarrassing and you hide it from your family, maybe you are doing a mistake. Sometimes understatement is more offending than naked truth. Like this story if you think that I am right and they should have told me the truth from the very beginning. Subscribe and listen to more stories like mine.